Firstly, I want to say a big fat thank you to every single person who bought a ticket to Unconditionally You, which is on the 27th of this month in Richmond Fort and Drogheda. The event is a complete sellout. I had hoped for a sellout and it happened. And every single person who has bought one of those tickets, this is my first event. I was asked to do it and I met the challenge. And, you know, it's after completely and utterly blowing my mind, because that means that this is happening, okay? This is going to be a thing. So I want to thank every single one of you. I've always dreamed of doing this. I always wanted an audience in front of me for me to be able to speak to the masses. Now, I know I'm speaking to the masses here on social media, but I always wanted the audience feel of the personal touch, and where there can be Q&A and resolving issues right in that moment. So it's a dream come true for me, lads, and I can't wait. I'm super excited. So thank you so much for buying the tickets, and please God for everybody showing up on the day. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing that I want to say, hi Martina! Martina, I'm going to be speaking about you. It's so funny Martina is on this live stream, because this live stream is actually about her. Martina was in my house this morning. Martina used to be a client of mine, okay? Martina is no longer a client of mine. For now. Okay? I am now Martina's client. Martina lives locally here in Drogheda, and she is the most fantastic dressmaker. And I use Martina all the time when I want things tweaked. So I've been piling up all of the things that I needed to tweak over the last little while. Stuff that needs repair, stuff that needs to be altered. So I have a big event coming up this Saturday. It's my son's confirmation, and I need some stuff done. I need pockets put into a skirt, actually, because I really like pockets in my clothes. I like to have I like to be doing something with my hands, because I'm non-stop, and the pockets prevent me from doing stuff that I don't want to be doing. So Martina was here this morning, and she was writing in her gorgeous notepad of all the things that she's going to repair and alter and fix belong to me. She went off with a big armful of stuff. So if you want anything done, Martina is the woman. I'll put her Facebook page in underneath this link. Her company name is Martina Sews, which I love. So she's your go-to for dressmaking. So Martina was looking up a text message or something that I had sent her, and we were doing something in the phones, and she says, oh, there you are, Nicola Plus. And I said, that's really interesting. Why do you put Nicola Plus in there? And she said, because you are a plus in my life. Now, first of all, that's a gorgeous compliment. So thanks ever so much, Martina, for saying that I'm a plus in your life. And second of all, it got me thinking about something that I'd done about 12 years ago. My Reiki master said to me, I was explaining that there was a couple of relationships that I have in my life that I felt at the time like I was the only one that was making the effort. There was only a one-way street between me and these people. And every now and again I'd say, do you know, I haven't heard from them in ages now. I better ring and make sure they're okay. Or I better ring and organise a dinner. Or I better ring and organise lunch. Or I better get them over to stay the night. And it was always me doing the running. So I found this very draining, because I didn't have my boundaries in check at the time. So, and I very much have my boundaries in check now. But he suggested that I delete all my contacts out of my phone. And I was like, are you for real? You want me to delete all of my contacts? And he said to me, Nicola, if you delete all of your contacts out of your phone, you will find out pretty quickly the people who want to be in your life. So, like, I'm very attached to my phone, and, you know, the numbers were really, really important to me. Excuse me now, I'm still getting over this little flu thing that I have going on. It was a huge step for me to delete all of the numbers out of my phone. And I did delete them. And it was scary, and I did not like it. So when people were messaging me then or calling me, they were all numbers that I didn't realise who owned, but it was fine, because those people who wanted to be in my life are now still in my life. But there's a few people, there's a handful of people that I deleted from my phone that I have not heard from since. And that was 12 years ago. So I want you to think of yourself in your life, and all of the people that you know that are drains and radiators. Are they pluses or minuses? Okay? And I'm going to do an exercise now thanks to Martina. Fortunately enough for me, I have very few drains left in my life, okay? The few drains that are in my life have to be in my life. Blood relatives. So the gig is, you know, when calls come through to my phone, I can see the name and I can decide whether I want to answer that call in the moment or not. So what I'll suggest to you all is, this is what I'm going to do. This is my homework today. I'm going to go through my phone. It's going to take me a long time, lads. There's a couple of thousand numbers in there. I'm going to write a plus or a minus behind each person's name, because that will give me an added layer of protection and boundary setting. When I see the person's name coming up and the plus or the minus is behind it, that will be an instant, because we're busy and we're distracted, that will give me an instant reminder of whether they are a plus or a minus in my life, okay? So I'm really good at this, whether I'm going to answer the phone or who I'm keeping in my life. But for those of you who aren't, for those of you who have the drains in your life constantly, this will be an added layer of protection for you and an added piece of boundary setting work, whereby you're putting your plus or the minus. And then you can say, do I want to expose myself to this person who is a drain and is a minus? Am I in a position, am I strong enough to take this call? And then the people with the pluses, you're just going to answer them anyway. So I hope that was useful to you. Please bear in mind as well that because that this gig that I'm doing on the 27th of May is a sellout and people are still actually asking me for tickets, I've put on a second date, which is on the 30th of September. It is in the Amazeballs Gibson Hotel. I really like that hotel. It's one of my favourite hotels in Dublin, and we're actually staying there on Sunday night to celebrate my son's confirmation. So what I would say to you is that if you're in Dublin or if you're in the surrounding counties and you have missed out on the opportunity of going to this workshop, don't worry. 30th of September is for you. Take care. See you all on the page. Slán.